Well, basically the simplicity of a paddle meter is instead of a conventional turbine, which sits in the path of the fluid, the paddle meter actually sits in the path of the flow. And instead of having angled blades and taking up the full idea of the pipe, the paddle barely sits in and spins in the same direction and velocity as what the fluid does, and eliminating plugging and wearing. Well, we ended up developing this paddle meter to eliminate a lot of the problems that we were seeing in the oil and gas industry. So basically what was happening is, again, as I mentioned, with a conventional turbine, it sits in the entire and takes up the entire path of flow of a pipeline. So if there's any kind of debris or any solids or anything, of course they have to go through those blades and they'll cause wear and damage. So with our paddle meter, as you can see, it sits in the path of flow. It spins in the same direction and velocity as what the fluid travels. So essentially, it completely eliminates all of your wearing and plugging issues, because what we do is we take the center point of the rotor and it sits out of the path of the fluid. So even if you do have solids, it may make contact with the impeller, but it's not going to do damage in any way, shape, or form. So that's one of the biggest selling features of our product as well. One thing that we have done is that with a conventional turbine, because of the way that it is designed, they physically have to remove the whole turbine out of the line. So of course you have a mess to contain with, you have a long downtime, lost production costs. So with ours, as you can see, the simplicity of it is we bleed your line pressure down, you can remove the top plug, you can get, the body stays in line so there's no mess to contend with. All your moving parts are removed out the top, you can do a repair in minutes. Put it back together, get your process line back online, and you're back up and running again. Adding on to the advantages of our turbine, one of the biggest selling features of it is the fact that we do not require straining pipe. So with a conventional turbine, what they do is they require 10 pipe diameters upstream and 5 downstream. So there's 15 pipe diameters that they have to contend with. So that takes up a lot of space, especially if you're in a small building. So the nice thing about Sur-Flo's turbine is that we can go straight into it without any straining pipe. Because of the design, because we don't have the blades as a conventional turbine does, we completely eliminate that. So we can come in with an elbow into the turbine, back out with an elbow, and it measures accurately regardless. And again, it really reduces our footprint as a result, because we're not, we don't have to have all that straining pipe. The next evolution in our turbine is we have, in fact, come up with an option that we can actually manufacture it as an ease-in style turbine. So what that'll do is that we have numerous customers that are having problems with a conventional turbine that's an ease-in style, and we haven't been able to come up with a design until recently, which we should have and will revolutionize the industry.